Hi guys, it's Sharon here from Butterfly Lullaby, and the date is the 20th of February 2021. And I was just talking to my daughter the other day, and she said to me, Mum, dyslexia is something I struggled with in school. Out of school, that is when I started to learn. I mean, I've been looking at a lot of videos, and I found it really, really sad that so many children are leaving school and not being able to read, write, or spell. As for myself, I was taught ITA English, and that's like an alien backward language, and it was like teaching me German. And when English is my first language, that's how insane it was. And I had to relearn how to read, write, and spell in English. So later on, and also I was off sick a lot with asthma. But I mean, I was the lucky one, I think, because my nan took a lot of interest in me because, I think she must have been dyslexic because she was an orphan and she was placed in one abusive home to another care home. And when she was finally housed with a loving family, social services in the UK turned around and said, "Oh, you're doing poorly in school, but you're not allowed to stay with this family. We're going to take you away and put you with another abusive family." And that's what they did. So, that was what an awful thing to do to a child. You're not allowed to be happy because you're not doing well in school. I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand this country, to be quite honest. And I've been looking at other videos, and the Boyzone video. I think it's Shane. Now, he mentioned how he left school not being able to read, write, and spell. I mean, how can a teacher miss that? I just don't get it. So for me, I just feel, my daughter begged me to home educate her. I mean, I taught myself to type. I worked for my uncle's company up in London, shipping company, and then my friend put my CV forward to her company. It's a bunch of architects, and I, to be honest, I really didn't think that I'd be able to do it. But my friend said to me, "Sharon, you've got a spell check. Just have a bit more faith in yourself." And if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would have actually had the guts to move from my uncle's company, and he wasn't paying me very well, very good wages. So, I really do thank them. That's the thing, when you've got really positive, happy, nice people behind you, you can do really well. But when you've got people making you feel like you're stupid and you can't do stuff, that's when, people suffer and children suffer. And that's why I think it's really important to talk about this stuff and share stories. So, yeah, I'm going to share my ITA English complaint review. It's on my YouTube as well, but I'm going to add it to this one. But I'd love to hear your stories about your dyslexia and etc. And how, when you left school, did you leave school with any qualifications? How did you feel when you left school? What was your reading and writing and spelling like? Because I know mine was terrible when I left school. It really was. It wasn't from, if I didn't do admin up in London, there's no way I would have sort of progressed. My English is so much better now than it used to be. Excuse me. So, and I've gone a lot of dyslexia forums because I'm very interested in finding out, how people do. And I also feel like, because I help my daughter to love reading, she's a bookworm now, and she collects books and she's reading classic novels now. Because I don't read. I mean, it's not that I can't read. It's just that I think I prefer writing. I love to write. And also, there's not enough time in the day to do everything, is there? So I sort of like pick the one thing that I like, and that's what I do. But so I'm just really proud that she can read books and she enjoys books when some people can't. So please do leave me a comment below and let me know, your thoughts on school. Because I think that really, the way I taught my daughter to love books was fun, the fun way. I mean, we both found the school books really boring. They just didn't interest us at all. There's just no, I don't know. I think with our minds work differently, and we need to be inspired more because we're creative people. So when I was getting my daughter to sing the stories, she was engaging more. It was fun. It was really good fun. And also, by getting her to write down every single word that she couldn't read and getting her to write that down 3 times, then have a go at spelling it and not making her feel stupid when she's doing it. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it if you don't get it right. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's about just having a bit of fun and just learning, and it's not a race. And that's the thing in school. I felt like with my daughter coming out of school with her book, it was like a race. Who can read the fastest? Who's going to get through all the levels of the different books to the top, the quickest? And it's like your child becomes that racehorse, and when they struggle in school, that's when it becomes, a problem. So by taking her out of that situation and home educating, that's when she really did start to learn, because she wasn't having to compete, with other people. She was allowed to work at her own pace. And, and then she's learning how to read music now. That's like another language. There's Latin in there. You need to be able to read music to play the guitar or cello. I'm just so proud of her, what she's achieved. I know there's so many other people out there that have achieved great things as well. And just, well done. Pat yourself on the back if you've done, if you tried to do something, or, with dyslexia, I believe that everybody has got a gift there. You must never, ever let anybody make you feel stupid, because you're not, and we've all got some sort of talent with dyslexia. And I prefer to call it a creative audio visual gift, if you like, rather than dyslexia. And quite honestly, to do with, the NHS, they put it down as a disability, don't they? And I find that quite sad, because you've got Thomas Edison, who created light, and he was taken out of school. Well, he wasn't allowed to go to school because the school had given up on him. And his mother home educated, but thankfully, she did, and she gave him, positive feedback and helped him be the man he became. Einstein, all these great people, and there's so many other people out there that have done really, really, really well in life. Richard Branson, and all those different companies he's got. That's because of his mind, the way his mind thinks. So yeah, I just think, I think it's a wonderful thing to be able to have a different mind. We need a different mindset to be able to, to sort of like, also with like the, what's happening with the bees, at the moment, the academics think it's a good idea to go and use pesticides in this country, in the UK, and kill off all our bees. That doesn't make any sense, does it? It doesn't make any sense to me, especially when bees, help create our food by pollinating all the plants, and without them we wouldn't have the fruit and veg that we have. So I've had an organic garden for years now. You don't need pesticides in your garden. Excuse me, it's sort of late at night, so I'm just doing this. So do leave me a comment below, and I'd love to chat with you if you'd like to. And I've also got a group, and I'll put the link below in the description, because I'd love to help parents to help their children to read the way I did with Melody. Because if I can do it, then I know that you guys can do it with your children. All they need is love, compassion, and to make reading fun. That's it, So yeah, that's all from me. And have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I'll just leave you with my message about ITA English. Take care. Bye bye. Jane, I would like to talk to you with regards to ITA English and dyslexia. There's a link to the UK British NHS system, which is a healthcare system, and it's to do with dyslexia. People with dyslexia often have good skills in other areas, such as creative thinking and problem solving. This is our very clever dyslexic daughter, Melody Angel. Here she is in our local library with a letter from Dork Diaries author Rachel Renee Russell. School books sent both my daughter and I to sleep. They were boring. She would copy for fear of getting told off. Our daughter was very sadly bullied by some teachers, forced to stand up in class and read aloud and say her times tables, all things the teachers knew she struggled with. Bad teachers teach children to bully others. Melody could hardly read or write in school. I changed that. And my heart breaks because so many children in school are struggling to read and they're not being diagnosed with dyslexia and they're not getting the proper help and support to allow them to love reading and writing. I believe, as a mother who has helped her daughter to love reading and writing, that I can help these children, and I would like to work as a team player to help others, and I very much hope that I will get other people's support. It is our daughter's 18th birthday this Sunday, and I have created her a book which I'm getting printed to promote all her wonderful, amazing dyslexic gifts she has. She can sing, she can play the guitar, cello, she's a wonderful creative writer, and she loves books, which is fantastic for dyslexic. There's so many things she can do. Her art as well is absolutely outstanding. But that's the thing, you see. Here in this world, we concentrate all on the negative to do with dyslexia and not on the positive. Melody, you are unique. You never crawled, you rolled. And guess what? Rolling is faster than crawling. Thomas Edison invented light. His teachers gave up on him because he was dyslexic. His mother educated Thomas at home. Dyslexia is a gift. We can do things others can't. So never let anyone make you feel bad because our brains work differently. Your English was better than mine when I left school. Your art, story and songwriting skills are outstanding, and I am proud beyond words that you love books. Here's a letter from Rachel Renee Russell addressed to my daughter, Melody, and in it she states how she supports home education. So thank you very much, Rachel, for being so kind. I'd also like to thank Miss Graham from Cambridge Online to do with Melody's art course that she did last year. It took 2 years to complete, but she was the most amazing teacher and she really did go out of her way to help Melody because, being dyslexic, memory is a problem, but she helped her get through that and she passed her art exam and she's going to go on to A-level art. Miss Graham's also asked Melody to talk about her art and how the course went and her dyslexia. So a big thank you to Miss Graham for being so caring and loving and supportive. I'd like to say a big thank you to Google because we absolutely loved Google Classroom. Melody's English teacher that she had when she got a bit older was absolutely excellent, and she used Google Classroom, and Melody loved it, and her English did progress using this service. So massive thank you, and thank you so much also for YouTube, because without YouTube we would not be able to promote what we're good at, and there's so many creative people out there that need to be seen. As most people know, Sir Richard Branson is a very proud dyslexic. Companies must be more than just money-making machines. They must become a force of good. They must use their skills to make a real difference in the world. Well, there you go. That big word there I cannot pronounce. But who cares? It doesn't matter, because I've achieved a lot of things in my life that I'm very, very proud of. And one of those things is that I've got my daughter to love reading. I have a letter here from wonderful counsellor Kevin Griffiths from our local council. And he is just such an amazing, kind man. He's very supportive of all children and families. He used to print off Melody's art and post it for our door to make her feel special and know that she's gifted and talented. It is thanks to Councillor Kevin Griffiths and our local church that Melody got funding to teach children art, because art is therapy. My name is Sharon J. Bainbridge, and I see dyslexia as a beautiful, wonderful gift. ITA English Dyslexic complaint. I was taught ITA English twaddle in the 70s, a backward, alien language that made no sense at all. As I got older, I had to relearn how to read, spell, and write all over again because of my terrible British education. I am a very proud dyslexic. Imagine having to deal with this dreadful ITA English and missing lots of school with asthma because our schools were not educated about real nutrition. So you can say school was more than a challenge. Some academics make very big mistakes. I will get a government apology. I taught myself to type from a book, worked for my uncle's shipping company, then went on to work for a top architectural company in London. I worked my way up from reception to managing director's secretary, and I cured my asthma naturally with wild herbs and organic fruit and veg. My gifted daughter loves books and reading and writing because of me, not because of state education. Some academics are real bullies. Jane, I really believe that you want to help children, but sadly you've been taught that ITA English is a good thing, and it's not. If you read comments from people that were taught this back in the 60s and 70s, especially the dyslexics, you'll see that these people still struggle today to spell. This isn't right. So I would like to work with you and show you how I got my daughter Melody to love reading and writing. Very fortunate to know Councillor Kevin Griffiths, who is also Deputy Mayor, and I've shown him this idea of the Certificate of Achievement, and he's very interested in it. So I'm hoping this year something exciting is going to happen within our schools here in the UK and overseas. Certificate of Achievement for children and adults who struggle with the academic school system. Many children, especially dyslexics, autistic and other children, struggle with our British academic school system. Academic children who are gifted with a sponge-like memory have a very unfair advantage. Why? Because it does not take them years to read, write and spell. Dyslexic children have to work extra hard to absorb information. Many have bad memories. Children and adults should be issued certificates of achievements that prove they are good at something. This would encourage more apprenticeship jobs, which this certificate could be used for to gain work. I don't have a qualification to my name, and I don't care. I don't need one. I've proved to myself that I've achieved great things in life, so I don't need a piece of paper to tell me that I'm good at something. But for those people that do need a piece of paper, I understand.
In today's world, it's very difficult to get a job without qualifications. I find this very discriminating as a dyslexic because I've achieved everything on my own, without a piece of paper. So those people that need a piece of paper, I hope that I can help achieve that for them and actually make sure that more jobs are available with apprenticeships. So this is how you contact me if you'd like to talk to me about dyslexia or anything else. I'm on Facebook under Sharon J. Bainbridge, Butterfly Lullaby, and I've also got a gardening group, and the links there. I'll put the links in the description, and you can contact me on here. So I'd love to talk to Jane, and I hope that I can help children to love reading and writing. I really hope to talk to parents of children that struggle with reading and writing because I know that I can help. So have a wonderful day, and here's to the future.